Yo, what is going on, guys? It's your boy Seso here, bringing you guys on a Photoshop tutorial. I'm enjoying my day so far. I'm in a really good mood. I don't know why, but I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day as well. Including this video, I'm going to teach you guys how to make some really cool abstract YouTube banner or Twitter header, whatever you're using. Just basically a banner tutorial on how to make some really cool abstract, professional, very clean, crisp looking banners. I have an example here for you guys. It's actually one of my newest products in my Selfie store. It comes with a YouTube banner, Twitter header, and a universal social media avatar. Fully customizable. Text is customizable. You can move anything you want. You can change the color, anything like that. It's purchasable. If you guys want to purchase it down below, you could in the description below for your social media, just in case if you lack the capability to follow the tutorial or just create something as clean or simple as this. Which you shouldn't. You should be able to learn how to do everything in this video today. You can purchase it down below in the description, or check out my selfie.com/substitute store if you guys want to purchase any little packs and products and all that cool stuff. I want to quickly mention though, you guys don't understand. We reached an insanely cool, crazy milestone for this pack, the everything pack. By the way, oh my god, I'm so happy. I really appreciate the fact that you guys very utilize this product, and it's just very cool to actually see so many of you guys purchase it. So what it actually is, if you guys don't have any clue what it is, it's one of my first ever products on my store. And basically the first, if you purchase this one time, $30, you get everything in my store you see right here, right now. You get it in that pack through the email, as well as anything that comes out on my store. Whatever the price is, you get it for free no matter what email to you. So whatever it is, you get it for free no matter if you don't use it. You don't have to if you use something. If you don't use anything, it's fine. But you get it for free for life. So that's what that product is. And so many of you guys utilize it. I appreciate it so freaking much. You guys don't understand. If you're one of those people, if you're going to be one of those people, no matter what, thank you guys so much for the support. Especially the 34K subscribers. We're so close to 35K. Next is 40K. I don't know. So I'm in a very freaking good mood thanks to you guys. So thank you guys so freaking much. I really appreciate it. Alright, we're done talking for now. Let's get going to the tutorial now. By the way, 200 likes on this video because it's secret down below. If you want to get any secret downloads, 200 likes, we hit it. You get a free little cool little giveaway for you guys to use. Alright, let's get going. So we're going to be working with an offset white background, which is basically like a white but not white, like super white, like this white. It's just offset, meaning it's just very gray maybe, but not so gray, if that makes any sense. Anyway, for the background, I'm going to make it offset white, so simply enough, something around here is fine, so just something like a little, maybe like a centimeter down from super crazy white to just lower it just a little bit. Press OK, and then Alt backspace is to fill your foreground color, which is your first color on the little color palette here. So, we're ready to start. So you can see right away on my banner, we have a very nice simple gradient going on. I don't know if you can tell from your monitor and my monitor differences. Whatever it is, there's a nice simple, very subtle gradient from very vibrant, I'm just going to use the word vibrant white to an offset white. So simply enough, I did not use the layer style gradients, little layer style here. I didn't use the gradient overlay. I didn't use that. What I did was I made a new layer above this. So Control-Shift-N. So make a new layer. And I use a simple soft brush. So I simply enough use a simple soft brush, like so. I made the diameter very big, so Control-Alt, right-click, and then move your mouse left and right to make your diameter for your brush very big or small, moving it left or right. So what I did, and I make sure I change my foreground color to white, solid white. And what I'm going to do here is simply enough click so that this white goes from like a very simple, actually a little bit more bigger. You can still see the offset white, but it's just a very nice subtle gradient going downward. So I'm going to simply enough change the overlay down just a little bit. I'll say 60 is fine. Like so. And then we're good to start. Alright, cool. That's just our simple start right now. What I do now is going to work on the simple, cool, having fun with your abstract shape of color. I want to have some kind of color in my banner just so, you can focus your eyes somewhere or wherever you want to focus it to by putting maybe changing this text. If I just made the bottom right here pink or whatever crazy color this is, I'm not quite sure what you guys see, but I see a very nice, very vibrant pink. If I just change that to, if I change one of these text words to pink, you're gonna focus on this, and then immediately to this because they're the same color, and this is you just see, it's just little designer things. Anyway, we're gonna be working on that. Simply enough, use P on your keyboard for your pen tool, which is a little light bulb looking thing right here, and we're gonna make another new layer, and this is gonna be working on our shape right now. So I'm gonna just change this to the shape layer. All right, so simply enough, you can go about this any way at all. So just simply enough, I'm just going to click and hold. And if you're not quite sure to use the pen tool, it's very simple. You click once, you can hold it to drag, or if you want to make an anchor point, if you want to make very straight lines, you can simply click And then if you don't want to curve this right here, or you want to curve this right here, this little line right here like I just curved, but you don't want to curve the next line, hold Alt, make an anchor point, and then when you click, it will not be as curvy at all. So, by the way, I'm just going to do this, though. I'm going to do this, and we're going to make this like over here. Why not? And once you get your little shape going right here, I'm just going to simply enough connect it from the outside. Right-click, File. I said file. Jeez, excuse me. Fill path. Drop down. Use color. Now, by the way, when I use my colors now, I make this very nice vibrant color, but I do not choose the vibrant color right away. Vibrant color right away. If you're gonna choose a color, which I say you should, suggest you guys do, whatever color you're gonna choose, whether it's red, green, whatever, blue, choose a very dark color of that color. So I'm gonna use red. So if you're using like green, simply enough, don't use this green where it's very vibrant and just crazy on your eyes. Go down a little bit, maybe I'll say halfway or so. Use this very dull green. But I'm gonna use red for this tutorial. I'm gonna use red, press OK, and I'll show you guys why. So when I delete this path now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a new layer above this shape. Immediately right-click clipping mask, which will actually, whatever I put on this layer, this clipping mask layer, I'm going to call this light. We're going to put a light on this layer so it won't bleed out anywhere else besides what's on the, below this clipping mask. So, brush, make sure it's white, and we're going to do the same thing we did as that little offset, little white background here. I'm just going to simply enough click one good time, like so. So you can kind of just see it's like very, the brush is very focused here, and then it fades out. That's perfectly fine. We're gonna not right click, change our layer style from whatever it is, normal to overlay. And we're gonna lower this patch just a little bit. I'll say lower to about 90 or so. Maybe a little bit more. 85? 80? Yeah, that's okay. 80 is fine. So now, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna control click these two together. So control click on these two, and then control E to merge them, and then control J to duplicate them. And we're going to change the top layer that we just duplicated. We're just going to call it top layer. What the heck's going on? My tool. Excuse me, hold on. Alright, boom. Top layer. And we're just going to change this to multiply. And then we're just going to lower the opacity down just a little bit. Or not a little bit. I'll say about 30. Lower down to 30. And now you can see, besides having a solid... Here, let me show you the difference really quickly. Let's show you the difference. What the heck? You can see the gradients here. They're changing because of the tolerance. Besides just having a very vibrant red, let's just say if we use this kind of red, if you just straight away went to using red, it's very hard to say that this is the little things that can make this look very, very good. Make color look very good on your banners, etc., etc. You see, so except for doing this, we can do something like this, which looks 10 times better in my opinion. So that's that. All right. Now that we're done with this, we can control click these two together, but I'll just group them together and make a duplicate, control J again, and then control E to merge all the stuff in the group together. And we'll just call this our shape, and we'll just hide that really quickly, and then call this our backup. Just in case you ever mess up, we can go back to that layer and start all over if we want to. All right, cool. So I'm gonna show you guys how I got these cool little cool, simple enough strokes. You can see what it is. I'm gonna show you guys how to work with them a little bit more in depth, or just very. I don't know if you guys actually use this kind of method. Anyway, let's get started. All right, double click on the shape real quick, and we're gonna go our stroke, and we're gonna change this to gray. Let's put the size up a little bit so you can see the color here. Very nice, cool little gray going on. That's fine. Whatever, it doesn't really matter. So what you can do is once you're done with your stroke, you can press OK. And let's say if you like that color, you like the color, or if you want to make this white, I'm gonna show you guys a cool little thing. Make this white. You can't see it right now, but I'm going to press OK again. But if you rasterize this layer right now, right-click, rasterize type, what it will do, if you guys don't know what a rasterize is doing, it takes whatever effect you put on it, any layer style you put on it, and basically just makes it new again for you guys to put more layer styles on it. So if I do that, by the way, once you do this, you cannot go back to changing your stroke or your layer style that you put on it. So I would duplicate it again, call it back up, just in case you got to redo it. Anyway, put another stroke on this now. You can see the white is now there in the middle between my previous stroke and now this one right now. So I can make this red if I wanted to, or make this one gray, which would be pretty cool if I do that. And try that. Boom, press OK. And now we have a really cool little, just very cascading gradient going on here, which is very cool. And that's what I basically did here, but I didn't put any white between it. I just left it gray. So I'm going to do that for now, just so no confusion is there. Boom, left it gray. Lighter gray. Alright, cool. So once you do this, this can be your shape. You can make more shapes over here, going some other different way. But to get some really cool little effect here, I'm going to show you guys how I got this little effect right here. Where it, like, kind of looks like it's standing out a little bit. What I did was below my shape layer, I made a new layer, Control-Shift-N, or just click this little page thing right here, down here. And what I did was, I'm going to simply take my pen tool again, and then go about this again in a different way. I'll say like that. Work with that. We can work around with that. By the way, if you're having any trouble, when you connect the path going around, by the way, you can press Control-T, right-click, Perspective, and if you're having any trouble like coming up with very unrealistic looking shapes, if you guys want to be abstract as possible, just mess around with the perspective and actually make some cool little, just helps you guys out with your thinking process, how you guys want things. Just try it out. It might work. I don't know. It helped me before, so I'm going to show you guys what I did before, just so I can get out of my designer block habit, I guess. So, right-click, Fill Path, drop down, use color again, and we'll just say we're going to use red for now. Press OK. Right-click, delete path, and to basically keep this very clean process, this very clean look to the banner, you guys want to make sure any color you put, if you did do what you did before with the shape we did with the little color, the little white burst, do it again. So I'm going to make a new layer again, make sure I choose white, brush hit, like so, put it on overlay. You'll become a pro at this in like no time. Clipping mask, Control-click these two together, Control-J, and then multiply, lower the opacity down to 30, and there you guys go. You got the same effect around, or the same color at least, the same gradient, just so it doesn't look crazy and wonky and just out of place. So what I can do here is I can make this gray as well, like so. Just change this, select the same gray over here. If you have any trouble selecting a color, you can use cap locks. It'll make it to a circle with a little crosshair, I guess you could say. That little tip right there. I'll just make this size around the same size as before. I think it was 10 or so. I'm not quite sure. Actually, it was probably 6. Whatever it was. Press OK, and then that's how you basically make. You can go about this insane. You go into insanely crazy little cool little just strokes. You can do multiple ones. You can do like 6 if you want to. If you want to do 6 different colors, you can do that. But I did not use a color for my secondary little loops here. I use the same white as the background. So what I'm going to do here is just simply enough double click on this, color overlay, and select whatever closest white is that. It's okay, press OK. Inner shadow, and then turn off use global light, and wherever the shadow you want in the direction you're like basically want the shadow to choose, I want it to go this way. So what I'm going to do is make sure I make my angle and make sure I point it that way. Oop, my distance moved up. And we can lower the opacity down a little bit. Let's work with the distance a little bit, the stroke, and the choke size. Mess around with that, play around with that. This is some really cool settings right now. 6, 5, 7, opacity 30. My angle is at 30 right now if I'm pointing it this way. And that's how I got that little effect where I can basically see, you know, just how it looks. It just looks very, very good. And now, since I'm done with that, I'm going to show you guys how I did the cool little pattern, my abstract pattern in the background of the background, if that makes any sense. So these little cascading lines, little shapes and stuff. Now this is where it's optional if you want to use any brush packs if you want to. I have some really good ones. I actually have some really cool updated ones for this exactly. I'm going to show you guys those, how I'm going to use those, as well as how to make your own shapes, so don't like yell at me yet. But on my brush pack, I have these cool simple circles here. I'm going to show you exactly how to do them as well, so don't feel like you have to use these. I'm just going to click like so, and that's how I basically go about this. You can go about this the entire way through, however you want them, but that's how I basically did like that little line right here. These little lines right here. Excuse me. These little lines right here. But I'm going to show you guys how to get this, this little cool effect here. So what you're going to do is you're going to make a new layer. You're going to use the elliptical tool, which is M on your keyboard, or this little circle elliptical marquee tool. So you make a circle, simply enough. Or more of an oval, very skinny oval, if that makes any sense. And just make sure we just change this to gray. Alt backspace to quick fill. And now, while still being on your marquee tool selection, move the circle, move the marquee, like little ant selection thing right here. Move that. Delete it from the right or left, whichever way you're working with. Control D to deselect. Duplicate this layer right now. So hold Alt, left click, and hold Shift as well, and move it to the right like so. Control T to free transform. Right click, flip horizontal, little check mark here. I'm going to move it back to the left. And now, when I lower the opacity on these two layers, control click on these two layers, and lower the opacity down to like, I'll say 10 for now. Why not? Or 15. That's fine. You can see this inner circle gives the effect, because these are layering in this like little triangle way. And if I keep going, I can go all the way and just do little weird lines like that if I want to. But this is how I got the same exact effect is right here. Excuse me. So the same exact effect right here is what I did for this. Exactly what I did there. Control T, move it around if you guys wish. Move it this way. And then go about this, maybe duplicating it. Because since the overlay is, or since the opacity is down, anytime you overlay these layers, they're going to be like, you're just going to make new shapes. So if you guys keep on doing this with different shapes, maybe like rectangles, whatever you want to do, or make a shape with the pen tool if you want, and then just lower the opacity. So anything, you can make a crazy amount of shapes. So I'm going to leave that one for now. I'll leave this one, and what I'll do is maybe duplicate this like so, and then maybe like duplicate it again. I'm holding Alt and Shift, by the way. And then maybe like flipping it some way. Maybe like flipping it like that. And messing about with it. I don't know. The more you mess around with it, you can make some really cool things in the background. If you take your time as well. So I'm just going to lower this down just a little bit more. And basically, I'm sure you guys I got these cascading lines going like this. These little swirly lines going that way. Simply enough, what I did was made a new layer. I'm going to put this in a group. I'm just going to call this pattern for now. Make a new group, or new layer, excuse me. Use the pen tool. I'm going to go like this. And what I'm basically going to do is going to connect it just around a little bit. Right click, fill path, drop down, use the color, change it to gray again. Press OK, press OK. It fills in. Or is better way to do this actually. Right click, make selection, like so. So now we have a simple like little shape we created with our pen tool selected. So now on this new layer, take your brush, a nice little simple zero hardness brush, make it as small as you would like. Make sure this color is gray right now, and basically go like so, and just basically trace around it, and then go back to your M marquee tool key so you can actually move this freely, and then do it as many times as you want with the brush. You can do different shapes. You can move it up, down, whatever you want to do. Just make it as cool as possible. That's fine. And then... Alright, cool. Now, when we lower the opacity down on this normal or put it on overlay, you can see we get some very nice, cool cascading lines going on. So, of course, mine was just a little bit more like it just very probably like a thought process when I did like the background of the background to this banner. It's very just trial and error. See what new shapes you create when you duplicate things, when you twist them, rotate them, change the perspective of them. Keep going. You make some really cool designs like I got here in the background. I'm not going to go crazy about it right now, but to finish it off, I would say keep your text gray or whatever you want to call it. And we're just going to simply enough change that. We're going to use the same gray as the stroke. If you made your stroke gray, whatever color you made your stroke maybe, make like the accent color your text color. I think it looks the best that way. I mean, it's obviously personal preference, however you want to see it. But anyway, once you're finished off, you're good to go. Basically, anything you do from now on is basically your decision making, however you want to make this. If you want to keep going with maybe more shapes, moving them over here as well, you can for sure do that. Otherwise, this is how I did my tutorial, or this is how I did my my revamp I did over here. Basically, I just took a little bit more time on it. By the way, this little very different color, slight different color of this gradient right here was I can quickly show you how to do that. Make a new layer above your shape, your shape over here. Pen tool. And what I can do here is fill path, use white, press OK, and then simply enough make this overlay, and then lower this opacity down. That's how I did that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I can see you guys really wanted to teach me how to do this. Now, of course, anything you can think of, add it to the banner, see if it works. If not, it's okay. Trial and error, like I said, is always what works out. So this is what I'm working with right now. This kind of cool little, like, very creative style. Please, guys, leave a like, 200 likes on this video, you can see it down below. Please don't forget about that. Comment down anything you want to see from my channels, tutorials, 3D, 2D. Tell me what you guys want to see more of. I know you guys want to see more advertisement designings. I know I want to see them as well. I'll figure something out for you guys. Thank you guys so much for 34K. Thank you guys to all the Everything Pack users. I really, really do appreciate all the support you guys put into me. All the, I guess you can say, just I get the full-on support. Whatever you guys are doing, I appreciate it. Showing, you know, my channel to other people, I really, really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. Just very generous of you guys to purchase things just because you want to, not even because you design. I've seen so many people do that. Thank you guys so much. I really, really do appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys. It's Seso HQ. I'll see you guys later. Peace. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I forgot. I don't know how I forgot to mention this. For some reason, I completely, like, blanked out. But if you can see the difference between this banner right here, this very flat look to it almost. And if I look over here, this very, like, almost just, like, very just pops out a little bit more. It's because I completely forgot to mention about using your brush to be a light, basically. So, we're going to make a new layer, like so. We're just going to call this light, ending light, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. But basically just use a brush, a nice soft brush, using a white brush like so. Soft brush, simply enough. Just click and just make the white, the offset white we have in the background here, not be so flat. Play around with it. Put little white bursts of like just light basically around the banner, and trying to not even it out, but make it like look like it should be a little bit more bumpy, like a little more just, how do I say it? Just looks better, not so flat. This looks like not 3D. You guys are trying to see it. You understand what I'm saying, right? So don't make it look so flat. Use light to actually make the banner pop out a little bit more to you. So you can see here, we don't have such flatness going on now. And now to maybe fill it off, make another new layer. You use a simple light on the top, like so. And there we go. Lower this down a little bit. Maybe erase some of the light over here, or over here, or somewhere over here. Just mess around with it. Now we can see it doesn't look as flat anymore. It's just simply adding two little light just bursts around the banner itself. Please don't forget to do that. I don't know how I freaking forgot to mention that, but I'm glad I remembered. And for some reason I was just like, this looks a little dull. That's why. Use some light, mess around with that. So now, thank you guys so much for watching. Seso out. Peace.